Okay, so I did some research. I printed out the 5 stages of grief. We're going to figure out where you are.
Okay.
Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Which one are you at?
I did all 5 before breakfast.
That's not how this works.
Tell that to my heart. Here's what nobody tells you. The 5 stages of grief were never meant to be a checklist. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, the woman who created the 5 stages, said in her final book that she regretted how people used them. They were observations, not a roadmap, not a prescription, and they were definitely not in the Bible. So if you're like walking around feeling like you're doing grief wrong because you're angry again after you thought you'd already accepted it, I have good news. You're not broken. You're just not a machine. The word stages implies you move through them, one at a time, forward, like stairs. Stage 1, check. Stage 2, check. But grief doesn't work like stairs. Grief works like... Have you ever tried to fold a fitted sheet? Like, yeah. You think you've got it under control, and then suddenly it's just a ball of chaos again, and you don't know how you got here. That is not a character flaw. That is grief. And here's what I really need you to hear. This idea that you're supposed to reach acceptance and stay there, like acceptance is a destination you arrive at and you're just done. That's not healing. That's performing. And lost mamas are exhausted from performing. Let me show you what grief looks like when it's biblical. Open up Psalms, and any psalm, like just pick one. Here's what you'll find. David doesn't follow a linear emotional journey, not even close. Psalm 22, my God, why have you forsaken me? That's despair. 3 verses later, our ancestors put their trust in you. That's faith. Then, back to despair, then praise, then rage, then trust, sometimes in the same psalm. David doesn't graduate from despair. He spirals. He comes back around. He argues with God. He worships God. And then he goes right back to arguing. And God calls him a man after his own heart. That's your permission slip, friend. You are not failing grief. You are doing it the way humans have done it since the beginning. Messily, circularly, and with God right in the middle of all of it. I talk about this in my book, Joy Does Return. Let's see if I can find the page. It's because I lived it, right? So I wrote about it. All right, page 104. People love to hand out that 5 stages of grief pamphlet like it's a roadmap. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Cute, right? As if grief is a tidy checklist you move through once and never again. Let me tell you, grief is nothing like that. It's like a pinball machine, up and down and all over the place, slamming you when you least expect it. And that last one, acceptance, don't even get me started. I will never accept that my daughter died. It's not like a bad haircut you just decide to live with. Grief isn't about acceptance. It's about learning how to live with the weight of love that has nowhere to go. That's the real definition. 13 years ago, after losing Gracie, I still have mornings that feel like stage 1. A smell, a song, a girl her age on the street, and I'm right back at the beginning. For years, I thought that meant I hadn't healed enough. Now, I know it means I loved her enough, but there's a difference. The goal of grief isn't to finish it. The goal is to carry it and keep living anyway. So here's what I want you to take away today. Stop asking yourself, what stage am I in? Start asking, what do I need today? Sometimes you need to cry. Sometimes you need to laugh. Sometimes you need to scream into a pillow and then eat a cookie. That's fine. That's also biblical. Probably. Are there cookies in the Bible? I don't think there's cookies. It's fine. Look in the Psalms. They're full of people who did exactly that. And if this hits home, my book, Joy Does Return, goes deeper because you deserve more than a clipboard and a checklist. You deserve someone who tells you the truth about grief. It's not a staircase, it's a journey. And God meets you on every single loop of it. Drop a comment below and tell me which stage you're supposedly in today. I'll be in the comments. And if you know a lost mama who needs to hear this, share it. She needs it more than she knows.